Well, thank you very much for having me and seeking the inputs from the Food and Agriculture Organization. The FAO Action Plan on Antimicrobial Resistance has 4 components that are coherent and contribute to the Global Action Plan that was passed by the World Health Assembly in June 2015. These 4 components: one is to create the awareness among the people, among the professionals, public at large. 2 is to establish the surveillance and evidence system for the impact monitoring of antimicrobial resistance. In 4th instance of our plan is to ensure the good practices at food and agriculture production, to not have to use so many antibiotics and other antimicrobials because we have better hygiene. And the 3rd component looks at governance. And so that has all 3 aspects of the different parts of the action plan: governance in awareness, governance in the surveillance systems among the different ministries, the professions, whether it's pharmacists, physicians, veterinarians, agronomists, or even people that are working on the environment. For India's National Action Plan, I think looking at the Global Action Plan and their 5 areas of work is extremely important to always keep in mind as we look at the intersectoral approach. Now, in that Global Action Plan, there is frequent reference to agriculture, to livestock, to fish, to the environment, to water. And that is where the FAO Action Plan and its 4 components need to be carefully assessed. We at FAO are looking at developing a tool which has to be tailored to a national or subnational setting called the progressive management pathway. And that is where we have high standards or known international standards, but we know that we are here is how do we get the different sectors to get to that vision. And I think that would be very, very important for the National Action Plan of India, is to have a vision of where it wants to go. Now, we talk about the different sectors that are important, and it's not only about the human sector versus the animal sector. And in animals, we have dairy farms, we have crustaceans, we have oranges. Antimicrobials are being used along all these different sectors, so we have to be probably consider having progressive management pathways to all of these, and to have a mosaic that one day it's red, but hopefully in the near future it will be green. With regard to the environment, most of what is taken in comes out through manure, waste, urine, and has a spillover effect into the environment. If we do not have the correct sewage treatment plants, or effluents as it's called, what leaves hospitals and clinics, sure, we have a risk to the environment and environmental health. So how to protect that environment is actually do better upstream work in better hygiene, better biosecurity on the farm, so that less drugs are used, less contamination downstream. Antibiotic use and antimicrobial use in animals in developing countries should have the guidelines at the national level, and certainly a lot of more emphasis on the responsibilities of the profession or governing bodies that look after this profession. Continuing professional education, best management practices. Do not administer, and this goes for many, many different, even physicians, do not administer an antibiotic when you're dealing with a viral infection, with the common cold. So there's some behavior things that are also required. And again, awareness to the individuals, to a family, to a community. That outreach is so important.